What's up guys, my name's Velcomia and welcome to Sonic the Fighter. So today I'm going to be showcasing a Super Sonic playthrough, and I've actually wanted to do this for a while and I finally managed to get it to work. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I tried to do it on Action Replay with the GameCube, but unfortunately no code exists in the European region, so I couldn't do it unfortunately. But yeah, I've managed to find an emulator and it's actually already all here. So we have Dr. Eggman here. Whoa. We can actually play as him in so many different like outfits and stuff, and we can also play as Metal Sonic and stuff like that. But you know, I'm going to be showcasing those in a few like other videos, but today we're going to be doing Super Sonic, and like I said, very excited because he is so fun to play as. The way you got Super Sonic was you basically had to go through the entire game without losing a round, and you'd have to beat Metal Sonic as well without losing a round, and then on round 2 you'd be able to use Super Sonic, and he is ridiculously broken in Sonic the Fighters. I have to say, he's immortal. He can't die at all, no matter what happens. He can't die, and he's super strong. At least I think he is. Oh man, we just beat the hell out of Knuckles. But yeah, he can't die. He's super strong. His moves are pretty much lagless as well. You can keep on stringing them together. Your opponents pretty much stand no chance. I mean, you can still get hurt though. You know, he still will. You know, he won't take damage, but it'll look like he is taking damage, if that makes sense. It's not like the opponent can't hit you or anything. You're still able to get hit and stuff, you know. But I'm not too good with Sonic the Fighters, I will say. A lot of the time when I play this game, I'm just kind of throwing moves all over the place. And, you know, it's got quite a learning curve to this game, especially if you want to learn better combos and stuff, you know. I think there is a combo list or like a move list in the game somewhere. I think you press pause and then you can have a look at all the different moves like each character can do. I know Sonic has quite a few moves, but you know, I've just never really bothered to learn a lot of the mechanics in this game because I just kind of like to play it like a free time or whatever. And yeah, Amy in this game is she is one of the hardest opponents in this game. I'm just going to say that right now. She is so annoying. Definitely not in this playthrough, obviously, but a lot of the time she shields a lot, and her moves are ridiculously. They just come out of nowhere. And yeah, Bark. Like I said, no trouble right here. He's usually quite easy, actually. I've never really had much problem. Literally, yeah, in Sonic the Fighters, the only opponents I really ever have any trouble against is Amy. I think maybe SBO. I get like some trouble off SBO sometimes, and Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is so hard in Sonic the Fighters. It's really weird because sometimes you'll play through Sonic the Fighters and it will be so easy. You'll get through the game no problem, but then you play it another day and wow, this is ridiculously difficult. I mean, whenever I play this game, maybe on Sonic Gems Collection, I only play it. See what I mean? He just got me right there. I really only play as Sonic on Sonic the Fighters, I will admit. I don't really play as anybody else. And my main goal when I go on this game is to get Super Sonic, is to play as Super Sonic. Because I love him, he's so fun to use. And yeah, I'm kind of trying to get used to the controls on this. Like I said, I'm using this on a arcade emulator. And I've had to configure the controls in the best way suited. And I know there is a way, when you get hit and you're in the air, I know there's a way to land straight back on your feet, but it's just not doing it on this for some reason. I don't know why. On the GameCube, however, it was really easy. The controls were perfect, pretty much. On the HD port, though, I don't know, the controls were kind of ass in a way. They just didn't really respond a lot of the time, or they were mapped differently, I don't know. I didn't really give the HD port a chance. I didn't really play it that much. I think the only time I really ever played it was just to get the trophies, and that was pretty much it. Anyway, we got Tails right here. This is one of my favourite stages in this game. Oh man, he just got knocked right over. Look, he gets knocked right overboard, and he just got crushed by the ship. But yeah, this is my favourite stage in the game, I think, because look at it. It's on the move. We're on a boat right now in the water. It just looks awesome. I remember me and my brother used to love this stage a lot. Oh man, we just kicked the living hell out of him. Look. Oh wow, that's one of my favourite moves Sonic does. It's like diagonal Diagonal X, I suppose. I'm using it on my PS4 controller. And he does this move which would pretty much just send your opponent in the air. And it's actually... It's a fun thing, actually. If your opponent's got one hit left and you do that move, they will actually go over the stage. They will go past the stage. You'll throw them over it. It's kind of funny. And sometimes when you do it to actually end the match, you can see the opponent like right at the bottom of the stage. It's quite humorous. But Tails, however, we knocked him into the water and he got crushed by the ship. That was quite funny. But yeah, I think this is Casino Night. Now the thing is with this game, I know it bases some stages off Sonic environments we've seen before. However, like Canyon Cruise, that's its own thing, I suppose. But obviously this is Casino Night. Look at the background, it's pretty much exactly the same. We've got casino vibes around here. I think I saw a Sonic head somewhere that was taken straight from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, it's on like the slot machines right there. Did we just send him right? Oh, look at that! Wow, I don't even know how I did that. But look how awesome he looks. This is one of my favorite Supersonic designs. I know he's really low polygon and stuff, but I don't know. There's just something about him. He looks so awesome. Classic Supersonic, I suppose. He looks much better in this game than he did in Sonic R, that's for sure. I just love how he looks, you know. We've got Bean right here. I don't think he was ever... If you actually look at Bean's shoes, they're exactly the same. They're pretty much exactly the same as Sonic's, they're just a bit more round. They're actually kind of like Sonic's shoes in Sonic Adventure, if you think about it. Maybe the DX version, because in DX the shoes were more rounded, I suppose. But, you know, some of these characters were never used again. Bark was never used again. Beam was never used again. I don't know if they're in the comics, because, you know, I stopped reading the comics quite a while ago. I should probably get around to it again, but I know they use some things that the games are pretty much missing. And I know a lot of people say the comics are probably the best thing for Sonic right now, as to story-wise and stuff, you know. But I don't know. Anyway, right here, the game literally thinks we are another character right now. And the reason being is because this stage right here, I would usually play as Sonic here, and like your character will get cloned depending on what stage your current fighter will fight you on. So this zone right here is Sonic's stage, and usually I'd be Sonic and he'd get cloned, but you know, he's not cloned right now because obviously the game thinks we're a different character. So I guess they class it as a different character. I'm just actually curious on, at the end, when you get scored, it will actually tell you what character you're using. It'd be really interesting if it says Supersonic. But anyway, we've just pretty much kicked the hell out of all the rest of the cast. Now we're on our way to Metal Sonic. And I'm sure we'll be okay. Like I said, we're invincible, so either way we'll be okay. And that'll actually be interesting on my Metal Sonic playthrough. If, like, he'll get cloned. That would be really interesting. I could do a Neo Metal Sonic as well. I know, it is on this game. I think I saw, or Rocket Metal Sonic or whatever. That would be really interesting. And there you go. This is just a joke, honestly. You really won't have any problems if you're playing as Supersonic. Like I said, he can't die, so there's no real threat here. Because, you know, if the timer runs out, the opponent that loses is the one that's got the less health, but because our health will literally not move, we will win regardless. So, and there he is. The character that kicked all of our asses is just gone just like that. Like I said, he's easy sometimes, and then sometimes he just isn't. He's really difficult sometimes. It's weird. Although I do think there is a difficulty setting in this game. I haven't really bothered to do that because, like I said, I'm not even that great at this game at all. I will admit that I'm pretty bad at it. I don't really know any combos, any different moves or whatever. I just kind of... I do know a few moves, if that makes sense, but I could probably learn more. Other than that, I'm just kind of mashing the buttons and crap, you know. And yeah, if you keep mashing the X button, he will keep doing that. And Eggman is just getting absolutely wrecked right now. So my Eggman playthrough will be in this machine, by the way. I'm really excited to do that. But anyway, that was every single opponent in the game completely taken out by Supersonic, and that view right there looks awesome. But anyway, we did it. We got rid of the Death Egg. Again, it's a really weirdly designed Death Egg, that is. I don't know what those kind of external things are sticking out of it, but yeah. And there's Supersonic. I can't remember if you are Supersonic in that fight, if he is in that ship. I can't remember. I'll have to go back to it on Gems Collection one day. I mean, I've still got my original disc, so on the GameCube and PS2 actually. But anyway, right now it's pretty much showing all of our, I guess, KO shots, like when we ended up the matches or whatever. I don't know if it shows all of them, but yeah, we got Espio right there. And here we go, here's Tails. Yeah, I think it just shows the last KO we did of each match, or of a select few matches or whatever. And Fang. He was in Sonic Triple Trouble, by the way. I don't think he was ever used again after that, or whatever. It would be nice to see those characters again, you know. I know they made a cameo in Generations, I think it was Fang. And they were on a wanted poster, or missing, or something like that in City Escape. It was quite interesting. At least they're not forgotten, you know. But there they are. It just pretty much proves they're not dead or anything. They did somehow survive that massive explosion. But anyway, let's put our name in. So, but yeah, look, Supersonic's so awesome there, you know. It's a shame that you couldn't play as him on his own, but I suppose that'd be kind of cheating because he's invincible. But thanks to all these cheat codes and whatever, we can do this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, look, it says Supersonic right there. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Expect the Metal Sonic one next. Remember to drop a like and a comment. My name's Velcomia. Until next time, catch you guys soon.